Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we've got another Chelsea transfer news video. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on a single daily Chelsea transfer news update video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, starting off with Charlie Brown. No, not the cartoon character, the Chelsea FC Academy player. He joined from Ipswich 4 years ago from the Ipswich Academy at the age of 17, and then he joined the Chelsea Academy after Chelsea really recognised his ability and talent. And it looks like he has finally got his permanent move away from Chelsea. According to a report from the Chelsea FC official website, he's joined MK Dons down in League One and is hoping to be their first choice striker for the foreseeable future. He's only 21 years old and he's lethal. He's lethal in front of goal. It's quite a shame he's left permanently, as I do believe in the future, or I did believe in the future, that he could try and push his or force his way into the first team and try and get some goals in the Premier League at the top level. However, it looks like he's joining MK Dons permanently rather than a loan deal, and I just wish him all the best and hope that he can improve and further his career down in League One. We all know a few years ago Bayern Munich were offering £30 million for 18-year-old wonder kid Callum Hudson-Odoi. However, Chelsea managed to persuade him to sign a new contract worth about 120 grand a week, the age of 18, and he stayed and he's trying to still force his way into the first team. I think that was prior to his Achilles injury. He obviously got the horrible injury that put him out for like 9 months or something. It's insane. The same thing happened to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but they've both recovered now and they're both trying to get some first team Premier League experience. Loftus-Cheek obviously went on loan to Fulham and they got a great result against Tottenham Hotspur yesterday, 1-1, and he arguably had the best performance of the whole game. And Callum Hudson-Odoi is scoring, he's assisting. He came off the bench against Arsenal, got the assist for Tammy Abraham's goal. He got the goal against Man City coming off the bench. He scored against Morecambe, and he's really proving why he stayed and what he can give to this young Chelsea team. And according to the Daily Mail, Bayern Munich are still in the running to try and get Callum Hudson-Odoi to join them. Bayern Munich won the Champions League and they're arguably the best team in Europe or the world, but they signed Leroy Sané as a winger. They've got Kingsley Coman, do they have Douglas Costa, or did they loan him out? Did they loan him in? I can't remember. They've got Leroy Sané, they've got Kingsley Coman, they might have Douglas Costa. They've got loads of wingers. Also recently, Bayern Munich apparently made a massive loan deal for a loan move for about 12 months. Then at the end of it, they'd pay £70 million to keep him at the Allianz Arena. And like I said, it's been reported that the German giants are still scouting him and trying to persuade him to come over to Germany and try and be influential for them. We've seen loads of English talents going out to Germany, the likes of Jadon Sancho. Timothy Fosu-Mensah has just joined Bayer Leverkusen. It looks like Balogun from Arsenal is going to be joining RB Leipzig. Hudson-Odoi is on the brink of being a starter at Chelsea. He can't really get any game time in front of Hakim Ziyech at the moment, but I think he just needs to keep working on his game, keep going what he's doing, and he will get in the first team eventually. Him and Christian Pulisic have been our best players throughout the tough run we've had recently, and I think we need to do all we can to keep hold of him, and losing him to a team like Bayern Munich would really be a massive blow. So a few months ago, Chelsea were interested in PAULO DYBALA from Juventus. With the appointment of Andrea Pirlo, he hasn't really been featured very much in the Juventus team. He's got a good connection with Cristiano Ronaldo, but he hasn't really been playing, like I said, he hasn't been playing under Andrea Pirlo as much as he was last season under Maurizio Sarri. Lots of clubs are interested in the Argentinian, of course, as he's such a good player, with Man United, Spurs and Chelsea all being linked. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea haven't actually held talks with Juventus yet, so it's very unlikely that a move would happen, especially this January. And personally, I don't think we need him. Bringing in DYBALA is basically saying Kai Havertz isn't good enough, and we bought him in for £80 million, and we just need him to get a bit stronger in the challenge, so we can ride a few more challenges and if you saw his movement against Man City, it was a great run into space, and then he pulled the ball back for Hudson-Odoi to score. He scored a goal and got an assist against Morecambe the other day, so hopefully he can carry that confidence into the Premier League, and maybe he can even start against Fulham on Saturday. DYBALA's current contract runs out in 2022, meaning that a team can get him for free this time next year, but he'd join in the summer of next year, if you know what I mean. But because his contract is soon to run out, a team could get him on a cheap, and I think a price of 30 or 40 million pounds could pry away the Argentinian from Juventus. He's not looking to extend his contract, but with the likes of Hakim Ziyech and Kai Havertz, two similar players to Paulo DYBALA, already at the club, brought in for big bucks, I don't think we really need him. Okay, lastly on to Erling Haaland, and there's some hope for Haaland for Chelsea fans. Chelsea are being strongly linked with the Norwegian after his insane performances this season and last season. He joined Borussia Dortmund from RB Salzburg after he just couldn't stop scoring in the Champions League. Man United were interested and nearly bought him for £19 million, but ended up deciding not to, which I'm very happy about, because now he's probably one of the best players on the planet, and he's still only 20 years old. Borussia Dortmund won't want to sell him on the cheap, but they are a feeder club, and eventually they are going to lose out on money. A team will come in, a massive team will come in. Haaland will say, you know what, I'm better than Borussia Dortmund. By no means, Borussia Dortmund are not a bad team, but I think he'd much rather join a team like Real Madrid, or maybe even Chelsea, as there are reports that Chelsea are willing to pay more than Real Madrid and sign the Norwegian for a price of £89 million this January. Haaland would be a great addition to the squad, with the misfiring Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud not really up to standard for starting in the Premier League. You can't win a title with Tammy Abraham as your striker. You can't win a title with Olivier Giroud as your striker. You can't really win trophies with those guys playing up front. But Erling Haaland would be a massive impact. And Football.London actually made a Football Manager save with Chelsea and signed Erling Haaland to see what impact he would do. Obviously, Football Manager is a game, but it's very in-depth and it takes a lot of things into account. And here is what they found after signing Erling Haaland for Chelsea FC. Okay, so here you can see Erling Haaland's profile. He's a great player. He's 20 years old, obviously, valued at £64 million. I think it's probably a bit more than that in truth. Okay, so now on to his first season at Chelsea, 2021 to 2022 season. Look at this. He scored the most goals in a Chelsea squad, with 10 more than second place, which was Kai Havertz. But he played 9 less games, which is mental. So coming in, a Football Manager think that he'd be the top scorer and be scoring tons of goals. Now onto the average rating and Premier League top scorer. And as you can see, he did end up getting Premier League top scorer with 20 goals. Mo Salah finished in second with 19, and Odsonne Edouard playing for Leicester. He's currently at Celtic in third with 16. Average rating, he got a 7.7, with Mane with a 7.66, and also Harry Kane with 7.66. So he's pretty much the best player in the Premier League. He also helped Chelsea get first in goals, as you can see here, 83 goals compared to Man City in second with 80. Obviously they all played 38 games. And here is the 2021 to 2022 best team. This is interesting. As you can see, in goal, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Football Manager think that he's gonna revive his career, and next season he's gonna be one of the better keepers in the world. Centre backs Antonio Rudiger and Tomori. I can see Tomori being in there in a few years' time. Rudiger, I'm not so sure about. Reece James and Chilwell, we'll keep holding them for a good 10 years. They're going to be our fullbacks for the next 10 years, hopefully. Mateo Kovacic and Kai Havertz in the deeper roles. Bearing in mind, this is a 4-2-3-1, not 4-3-3, which Frank Lampard likes to play. So Kovacic a bit deeper, Kai Havertz there, no N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount in the 10, Pulisic on the left, Ziyech on the right, and Haaland up top. No Callum Hudson-Odoi, no Timo Werner, no Tammy Abraham, no N'Golo Kante, like I said, no Kurt Zuma, no Edouard Mendy. This is interesting. This is interesting. So the Blues were actually poor in their Champions League, going out in the group stage, but they fell back into the Europa League and ended up winning it with Haaland scoring and Mason Mount scoring in the final against Roma. So now onto the Premier League, what you've all been waiting for, and the addition of Erling Haaland gets Chelsea in a position of second. We didn't win the title with Haaland, but still second. Scored most goals. Haaland top scorer in the Premier League. I think that's a big improvement. As you can see, wait, we lost out the league to Liverpool by 1 point. If we got one more point, we would have won by on goal difference. So yeah, that just wraps up that we should sign Erling Haaland and we'll pretty much win the title. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on as well if you want to see more videos. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.